Hello everybody, welcome to Nintendo Pow Block, episode 186. I am one of your hosts, Corey Dirrig, and alongside me as always is that retro code, Eddie V.
Hope everyone had a good Mario Day. Yay!
Ed, we're here. We're back.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are. We are here. We are back. And we are recording Nintendo Pow Block.
Yes, I had to throw on my Mario shirt to represent Mario Day and stuff.
Mario Day. I probably should have worn one too, huh?
You're good.
Yeah, that's fine. Whatever. How's it going, Ed? I haven't seen you in well, I guess I lied. That's a lie. I saw you on whatever day that was we recorded. Saturday. Yeah. How's your week? How's it going?
Everything is going good. Changes. I'm just saying, changes are coming. More for me, but not for Boss Rush. I'm just saying, but good things are coming my way. So I'm happy to say that. But I've been really good. Been playing a lot of stuff and making content.
Fun.
Yes.
I've just kind of been hanging out and working a lot and kind of just relaxing and playing games and watching TV and wishing I was back on vacation, all those things.
True. I actually been talking to Nindy Nation on Twitter about a certain game, and I'll talk about that when we get to what we've been playing, because we've been having a good Twitter convo. So
nice,
cool people.
Nice.
So I can't wait to tell them more. Be like, okay, this is where I'm at. This is what I'm doing.
Cool.
But really enjoying it.
Cool. Yeah, I just this is kind of like the first time I've played any games this whole kind of last week or a week and a half, 2 weeks or so. Mm-hmm. So it's just been kind of a getting back in the groove of things and trying to figure out what I want to play. And, I kind of have been struggling to figure out a game to play. And I don't know if Animal Crossing is going to be that game for me or not, but we'll see. And I, just started playing some other things. So I've been kind of dabbling in the space of what do I play? What should I play?
Yes.
What should I play? Do I play something from the backlog? Do I play something new? Do I play something different? So it's been one of those. So
yeah. I said play Yakuza Kiwami, and Ray said play Zero.
Yeah, and I just ignored both of those and started playing Madden last night. So don't get me wrong, do want to play those games at some point. I just
and we
had to make some kids feel bad and quit. So
we recommended it. We didn't say that you had to.
No, I know. I'm well aware. I was just saying. Just trying to find something to play, something fun to play, and I think I have for now. But we'll see. We shall see. Yeah, Ed, I went to Disney, and it was fun. I know we talked about it on Boss Rush, but I can't stop talking about it. It was so fun. It was so fun. What do we want to talk about? What do you want to hear about? What do you want to... This is a Nintendo segment that we usually start the show with.
Well, if in case of anyone's haven't seen on the Brush Rush podcast, me and Corey had a great talk about his experience at Disney.
And Jesse and I also talked about it for 45 minutes on Arsenal X this week too. So if you want to hear about it, those two shows have captured it. But for those of you who don't listen to those shows, which you should, but if you don't, last week Ed and I recorded an episode early because of my vacation, and a lot of people listened to that episode. It turns out when you label something top 25 Switch games you should play now, March 2020 edition, people listen. I'm just gonna throw that out there, or watch, but mostly listen. Although they did get 50 games in 2.5 hours. So
50 plus games.
yeah, so that was a good time. But
I wonder did anybody react, like send in any kind of reaction.
nobody sent anything really about it. So I don't know. I think people, we have a very passive audience, just a lot of people that listen and don't kind of interact, which is fine. I mean, I listen to a ton of podcasts and never interact with them. So, that's how it goes. But yeah, we recorded that show a week early because I was going to Disney, and man, what a time. A lot of food, a lot of rides.
Yes.
A lot of hanging out with my dad. It was just me and my dad. So, left my wife and my kid here. So
I didn't know you was taller than your dad. I'm like,
dude, my dad's only like 5'8", 5'9".
Dude, I seen the height difference. You was like taller than Mickey or the mascot you took the picture with. I'm like, Corey's a tall guy. I forgot.
Yeah, well, turns out, 6'5" is kind of tall. So it's weird though, because everybody who watches the show or sees the show and asks how tall I am, they're always surprised that I'm that tall. I mean, I guess when we're kind of just sitting here, right, nobody really knows how tall you are, right? So
yeah.
But yeah, dude, Disney was fun. Did a lot of cool stuff. Everything that we did was kind of new. It was new for me, because the last time I was there, Pandora, Toy Story, Star Wars, none of that was there. So, and that was only 2 years ago. So, almost everything we did was pretty new or changed or, had something different to it. So it was a good time. So, a lot of new food too. A lot of new food. I got to tell you, man, that Star Wars Ronto wrap was really good. Anybody going to Galaxy's Edge, you need to have a Ronto wrap. It was the best thing I ate down there. So good. And the blue milk over the green milk. Gonna reiterate that. So
I know people gonna be like, ugh, color milk. I'm like, no, it's more flavored.
It's not even milk, dude. It's just called that because that's what it is in the movie. So I mean, it's more like a it's
creamy.
It's more like a the consistency of a melted milkshake.
Mm-hmm.
And it tastes a lot like the blue milk tastes a lot like melted rainbow sherbet is what it tastes like.
Okay. Yes.
So I mean, it's not really milk per se, and it's all plant based. So there's no lactose, no dairy or anything. It's just one good healthy drink, probably, maybe with sugar. If it's made with plants, it's healthy. That's how it goes, right?
Yes.
That's the saying.
I believe, yes.
I don't really know. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know. So, but yeah, and it got me really thinking about a lot of new ways to explore creatively. So I'm working on a few things outside of Boss Rush that's Disney related.
Well, before we go on, congratulations to Antonio Gideon, aka Hypecaster. He has had his baby today, Liliana Rose Gideon.
It's Gian. It's okay.
Gian.
It's okay. It's okay.
What?
I was talking and then you interrupted me. It's fine.
Oh, sorry.
Not even about me. It's fine. Everybody knows the show's about me, Ed. The show's about me.
He just posted a picture.
You know what? I don't care. I'm just kidding. Congratulations, Antonio. We love you. Hope everyone's healthy, safe, and not get under that blue light blanket. So don't be scared if they tell you your child has jaundice, because most kids do. So you'll be fine. You'll be fine. But yeah. Anyways, vacation was fun. But we're not here to talk about vacation, since we already did that on two shows this week. And also, you can follow me on Twitter to figure out what my upcoming project is, because it's. I was talking to my wife about it, and it's not going to be a very big project. It's just going to be something to do outside, because it's as much as I love games, there's times where I'm just kind of like tired of looking at game stuff. So I need another creative outlet, you know?
Yeah.
But anyways, Ed, we're going to get into this housekeeping. For those of you new here, welcome to Nintendo Pow Block. Each and every week, Edward and I, as well as our friends from around the internet, come together to talk about the latest news, rumors, stories, and games from the world of Nintendo. You can join us live on Mixer and Twitch on Monday nights or Tuesday nights, depending on our schedules, and listen on Thursdays on your podcast service of choice. We are now on Anchor, so you can also check us out there. And all of the links to wherever your podcast service of choice is on our Anchor page, so you can just click it and go there. So, yeah. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, please rate and review us. It really helps with discoverability, and really makes me happy to see those 5 stars. If you're gonna rate us anything less than 5 stars, don't even bother. Just don't. It's fine. We just want the 5 stars. Just rate and review us. It'd be really nice to read them on the show, because I'll tell you in a second. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe. Remember, you can subscribe to all of our content and our family of podcasts on our website at bossrushgames.com/subscribe, and just search Boss Rush Games on your podcast service of choice. All of our shows will be there, and you can just subscribe or search Nintendo Pow Block. Ed, I said when I came back from vacation, we were going to announce a giveaway for episode 200. But we're actually planning 3 giveaways leading up to episode 200. The first giveaway will be during episode 190, the second episode 195, and the third episode 200. So the rules are really simple. Email the show at nintendopowblock@gmail.com with a screenshot of your podcast subscription and the episode you're listening to. The screenshot of your rating and review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify will grant you a second entry. So that's it. That's all you got to do. You just have to email us a screenshot of your subscription to the show on your podcast service of choice. And if you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, a rating and a review really help us and grant you a second entry. So that's it. Should I repeat the rules one more time?
Yes.
Just one more time? The rules are simple. Email the show at nintendopowblock@gmail.com with a screenshot of your podcast subscription and the episode you're listening to, a screenshot of your rating and review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify will grant you a second entry into our giveaway. Our first giveaway will be during episode 190, and it is a digital copy of Animal Crossing New Horizons. So get those entries in, because we will be giving it away in just 3 weeks. So, Ed, without further ado, what are you playing?
So, I've been playing Bloodstain, Rituals of the Night. I've been playing that on Nintendo Switch.
How's it hold up on Switch now?
It still needs some patching.
Ritual of the Night is the real game.
Yes. Curse of the Moon
is the 8-bit game. Okay. Yeah, yes. I not that Curse of the Moon isn't a real game. I just meant, like, you know what I meant.
Yes. So
Curse of the Moon, though, really good. Really good.
Yes, it is. It's good. But there's still some slowdown. There's still some frame rate problems, and it's just like, I thought this was fixed, but it's not. So they're still passionate. It takes a while to get into. Like, I think I just got the power to double jump, and I'm like, this should have been early, but it's a Metroid. It's a Metroidvania, so I'm like, what do you expect? So that one is getting fine. I got one game, and this is what I was speaking to Nindy Nation with. 3000 Duel. It's a mix of a Souls game and a Metroid. Well, in a Metroid style sense, design. You know, you fight characters with your melee attacks, and you get these souls. Once you get to where these statues are at, you can level up your attack, your stamina, your luck, or your HP. And the more that you level up, you keep going up levels. So you gotta get currency to get stronger. But throughout the journey, you'll get special powers that you'll be able to use with your weapons. And then while doing that, you'll get skill points that you could go to a skill board and unlock to use special moves. So it's a really good game. I think it's only about $4 or $5 right now. It's not much. It's a really great game. Really affordable if you're looking into it. There was a mushroom puzzle on there, and I told Nindy Nation because they were having problems with it. I'm just like, oh, that only took me about a minute or two. Didn't take long. I can tell you where the answers was at. And he was just like, well, somebody's a good player. And I just laughed. But shout out to Nindy Nation. They do really great work about indie games on Nintendo. He was talking about it, and he's been wanting to talk to somebody about the game. So I picked it up, and when I was looking at the trailer, I'm like, oh yes, this is my jam. I love fast-paced action, beat 'em up style games, and this was really on my radar. Picked up Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX. Just played a little bit of it. I'll go full more into it. I was trying to play it this weekend, but I got stuck playing the next game, Murder by Numbers. This is the Phoenix Wright game meets Picross, and it's been getting really, really good. I really been enjoying it. It's funny as ever. It may be one of the best written comedies of a game that I have seen in a long time. Like, there is a lot of reading a lot of text in it, but I'm like, the comedy is so spot on good, and it just gets better and better with each case and stuff. The Picross is not too hard if you're playing it on the normal mode. But if you're playing on a harder difficulty, you got to kind of use the rules that they give you, and they're not very lenient with the points. If you care for that, if you just sorry about that, if you really just want to go in and just experience the game for what it is, you can play it on a regular normal difficulty and go about it. But pretty much that's what I've been playing. I took out Tokyo Mirage Session so I could play Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. So I will be getting back into Tokyo Mirage Session a little bit later. And my plan is this week to get back into Breath of the Wild. I have it with me. I carried it along, but I just didn't pop it in because I was playing the other games and stuff. So pretty much that's what all I've been playing at this time. Next week I'll definitely talk more about Breath of the Wild because that's the game that I'm about to focus back on with Tokyo Mirage Session. So, and I played Street Fighter Alpha on Switch from the Street Fighter Collection. Fun game.
Nice. I've actually been playing The Witcher on my Switch.
Nice.
I want to tell you, man, that game is I can't believe that thing is running on the Switch, to be 100% honest with you. There's some I mean, you can tell, like, there's some sacrifices, right? Like, there's some lighting issues. There's some during cutscenes. There's some issues with, like, clipping and lighting and stuff. But when you're playing the game, like, just doing the missions and stuff, like, it's really clean. It's really it does a lot of things. Like, it does a very good job of hiding the fact that it's, a port. Like, there's some, draw distance things that and like with the patch and stuff, you can adjust the draw distance. You can adjust, how things pop into the world. You can adjust, and that kind of helps with frame rate issues or resolution or, that kind of thing. And I'm having a lot of fun. I've only played about maybe 2 hours of it. So I've got about 298 hours to go. But it's really fun, man. It's quite the achievement on this system, and I thought Zelda was an achievement on the system, and this just takes it to a whole nother level. It's fun, man. If you want an action RPG, the controls are a little, I don't want to say obtuse. They're not as responsive as I would like them to be, which I kind of expected, because that's how it was on Xbox when I played it. But it's there, man. It's fun. It's a good version of the game, and I expect to be playing a lot more of it, because it's kind of the game that I've been wanting. It's a really nice. I've been popping Breath of the Wild back in, and I'll play a little bit of that this week too, because I do want to talk about it with you maybe next week, if there's no Nintendo Direct to talk about. It's filling that void, the Zelda void, honestly. And I know it's more of like a more traditional RPG with a little bit of Monster Hunter elements in it, but it's filling that open world kind of let's go explore, let's do stuff style game that I've been looking for. And I'm just having a good time with it. I know it's not the optimal way to play it, but I'm not going to have the time to play the optimal way to play games, right? We've said it 1,000 times just with the way my life is now. And I'm about to take on a new shift at work, and, playing my Xbox is going to see less and less time than it already does, because I'm going to want to start going to bed early. And with this Disney project that I'm working on, it's just, the Switch is my main system, and it's looking more and more like it's going to be my main system for a long time. And so I'm playing games on Switch, and I'm having a blast. And The Witcher is one of them. NBA 2K is one of them. I'm just having a blast with these games. It's fun to have these games on the go and on a handheld system. I can play playing basketball in bed while my wife's watching TV. It was such a blast last night, and it's just I am really enjoying myself. I last week when I was on vacation, and I felt like I just kind of unplugged from everything, right? I just kind of unplugged and really just reflected on a lot of things, and that I don't feel the pressure to play a lot of anything new, and it was really nice to feel that way. I do want to play new games. I still want to finish Darksiders Genesis, and I still want to play Oddworld, Stranger's Wrath, and stuff like that, but I don't feel the pressure to play anything new, and it's been really nice. And I know the Final Fantasy VII demo came out on PlayStation this week, and that's a game I want to get to, but I don't feel like I need to play it to get everything I need out of games anymore, and it's something I have been struggling with for a while, and to find that balance. And it's I have a ton of games that I haven't even finished, right? And games that I do enjoy playing, and I reformatted my Xbox to really just keep games on there that I'm gonna play consistently, like Madden and Destiny and Halo. Right, those are all kind of mainstays on my Xbox, but there's a couple games that are on Game Pass that I want to finish, but other than that, I don't feel the pressure to buy new games, right? And the fact that new Call of Duty Warzone is free, and I can jump in with Jesse and Ray whenever I want. That's so cool. That's so nice, and it's just been really nice, man. The Witcher is filling that void, and NBA 2K20 is filling that void, and Tokyo Mirage Sessions is a game that I've been diving back into too. So it's been an interesting couple weeks, to be honest with you, because I was so unplugged, and then trying to get back in, it just kind of felt nice. So I also played an hour of the Fire Emblem DLC. Which is it's more Fire Emblem, and I wish this was integrated into the story or kind of like a DLC that took place after the main story. It's just kind of like you jump into the game and it says side story on your menu, and you go in there and that's how you play it. And then once you beat the side story, it just adds those characters to the main game, which you can then recruit them. So it's kind of weird, but I mean, I'll take more Fire Emblem anyway I can get it. So, so that's kind of all I've been playing. But the Witcher, man, is kind of like the main game that I've been playing, and it's really fun. It's really filling that void that I've been missing, I think, from Zelda. Not that it's like a Zelda replacement, but it's scratching that same itch. So, well, we can jump into some of these news bits if you want. Now,
yes, because we have a lot to discuss.
There's a few things to talk about. Speaking of, Reggie Fils-Aime is back in the games industry, in a not really a big capacity, but more of a. Well, we'll just talk about it. He joined GameStop's board of directors along with the CEO of Walmart and the CEO of PetSmart to try to direct them in a path of, I don't know, the slowing down the death of GameStop, I would say. Not that, it's just, there's been all kinds of rumors out there why he joined the board, and like some of them were positive, some of them were kind of negative, in a way that says Reggie's basically there to nail the coffin shut. I was like, oh, yeah. But what do you think about this? I think this is interesting because he had a really interesting quote that said that the gaming industry needs a vibrant GameStop, which is odd because the way that the game industry is going is seemingly making GameStop more obsolete than ever with Game Pass and digital sales and the Ubisoft Pass and EA Access. It just seems like GameStop's becoming more obsolete by the day, and I don't think they can survive on Funko Pops and T-shirts. I'm not trying to be mean, but like, how do you think Reggie can help fix GameStop?
Well, you kind of got to look back at the history of what Reggie Fils-Aime did, like with some of the business, like how he helped
Pizza Hut.
Deal.
No one out pizzas the Reggie. No, okay. Sorry. Just keep going. Ignore me.
Oh wow. The way that he helped VH1 get back to its popular programming, like he helped get them to where they are even today. And then the way that he helped turn Nintendo around, in a sense, I think Reggie has good businesses and knows what to do to make a business better. I think him going to GameStop is a shock, but everybody knows how big a name Reggie is. So that's going to bring interest into coming back to GameStop to see what now do they have to offer because of Reggie being there. I didn't even know that the guy from Walmart and PetSmart was coming because they're not recognizable names for this gaming industry. So when you got someone big, and not even talking about money or anything,
I mean, he was the face of our industry for over a decade, right? Like there's more faces obviously, but like, you know what I mean? Like, he was the face of of Nintendo. He was the face of gaming and the DS and the GameCube and like, his awesome GameCube speech. Like, he was just a force in the gaming industry for so long, and like him being so memeable and so lovable, and like his presence on stage was so powerful and endearing. Like he oozes positivity and happiness in the game industry, and like that's honestly something that GameStop needs desperately, right? Because they've been almost the opposite of what Reggie stood for in games for so long, right? Like the trading in games for like pennies, and those kinds of memes, and just the negative light that's been shown on them the last couple months or year with their restructuring and the Game Informer layoffs, and the articles that came out on IGN and GameSpot the last couple weeks of employees saying, here's what GameStop did to us, and it's just it's been really interesting,
Yeah, it's the power that GameStop used to have was strong because people would go there to trade in games to get new games. It was a budget thing, and I think some people took advantage of it. And now that there's more opportunities in acquiring games, people can't use that advantage no more. You can't really. I mean, Game Pass, yes, that is a good deal, but once again, Game Pass is with stuff for older games. With Microsoft being like normally the new ones and maybe some indie ones. So nothing really current is there. If you still want to play the latest and some of the greatest, you have to go buy that game. And if you're a person who are trying to live off a budget for your gaming, that trade-in is going to be valuable. It's going to help you. But you got to know that whatever you trade in, you're going to get less than what you expect to get than what you pay for. So I know people have talked about GameStop and their return policy, the Funko Pop and all of that stuff. But, at the time, we were like, we can't get stuff like this anywhere. We couldn't get gaming accessories and items and doohickeys and stuff like that to feel like we are in this hobby and in this community and stuff. We didn't really have a place like that in the older days. Nowadays, GameStop, that's part of their business and they focus on it because they know that. Yeah, you may be able to go to Walmart or you may be able to go to Target, but if you want a bigger selection for your favorite games and stuff, we at GameStop have it. So, like, if you want it, you got to come to us. I think what Reggie does with it, with this, like, hopefully he goes to the rewards program. And like help that be better. I hope that he really helps employees at this company because they're the ones that are selling that merchandise. They're the one that's putting the spin on it for you to buy more product at their store. So I hope Reggie like really helps them in a sense. What it's going to say to us gamers is that we're going to now be looking at Reggie to see if he can lead GameStop back into a better business, or just at least keep GameStop relevant in the conversation, in a sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. We'll get to this as soon as we end this, but there might be some breaking news on Nintendo everything. But yeah, I think adding Reggie adds a big positive momentum for GameStop, and I like. It's not like I want GameStop to fail, right? Like I have a lot of fond memories of GameStop, but it's like, when was the last time I went to GameStop, right? It's almost like the same conversation we had when Toys R Us went out. I know it was a little bit different for you because you worked there, but like, I had a lot of fond memories of Toys R Us, but when was the last time I actually went to Toys R Us besides like when my kid was born and we got a stroller, right? Like, but you know what I mean? Like, when was the last time I actually went to Toys R Us to go to Toys R Us, right? So when was the last time I went to GameStop? I don't know, probably to renew my Game Informer subscription, like that honestly was probably the last time. So, We'll see, but I really hope they turn it around. I think there's something for a dedicated games store and a dedicated way to experience games, right? Like that's important. I just hope they find it in time, so we'll see. But Ed, we're going to skip this story, or we're going to skip to this story, I should say, this breaking news from Nintendo Everything. It's just a rumor, but E3 2020 likely canceled. E3 2020, undoubtedly one of the biggest gaming events of the year, is facing the strong possibility of seeing cancellation. Gaming publisher Devolver Digital advised its followers to cancel flights and hotels that had been booked for the expo. A number of sources have also come out since then with similar information, including journalist Mike Futter. Futter wrote on Twitter just a few moments ago, and this article posted 24 minutes ago. My day started with investigating some E3 stuff, ended with multiple, and I mean, in all caps, multiple sources coming my way. E3 cancellation announcement scheduled for tomorrow morning. I don't think it will hold the night. Many of us have been engaged by sources this evening. Cancel your plans. Journalist Jason Schreier also heard the cancellation as a strong possibility. This is on his Twitter. Been hearing secondhand whispers tonight from several developers and publishers that E3 has been canceled, although I've also heard from a couple of people in positions to know that the ESA hasn't officially made a decision yet and is still consulting with publishers. Either way, it's only a matter of time. And then he quote tweeted Devolver Digital's tweet that said, cancel your E3 flights and hotels. If E3 were to be canceled, the move would be made due to concerns stemming from the coronavirus. GDC 2020 was also recently postponed for similar reasons, as was South by Southwest.
Okay, so the Devolver Digital thing is weird because
don't they just do like a
direct
live
style?
Yeah, like I mean, I know it's like like a fake stage presentation, but they don't really have like a real audience. So, and that wouldn't really affect our this show anyway either, because like Nintendo usually does a direct, and I'm sure they would just do like Treehouse at Treehouse, right? So
right, and Xbox could always do inside Xbox, so they have their own,
but their thing's always at the Microsoft Theater,
right?
It's not really quote part of E3.
So even Square Enix has it somewhere else. So it's EA has it somewhere else. So it's not that E3 is going to be. I feel like it's not going to be canceled. But if it does be canceled, it's that the venue that they're holding E3 for the public to come to and other journalists to go to, that portion of E3 would be canceled. Not so much the conference. Yeah. Anyone could do a conference from where their own stage is at. I
mean, I'm sure Sony's going to do a state of play, right? Like you said, Xbox will probably just turn it into a huge inside Xbox presentation. Yeah. Nintendo will do their direct, right? And then Devolver and EA and Square and Ubisoft, like who, like, you know what I mean? Like, this is all just the stuff that we care about.
Yeah,
most likely won't be affected, really. I mean, they might change a couple things here and there, right? I mean, in terms of plans and editing it together and whatever, but like, it's still gonna be E3. It will just be a digital event this year instead of, that's what I'm kind of seeing is like E3 will just be a digital event this year.
Yeah, and that year that Bethesda did a direct style, it literally worked for them. The transitions and everything, like everybody thought that was really cool. So nobody would be mad at it. We're like I said, we're still going to predict stuff. We still are going to be excited for what they show and everything. So everybody could do a direct style. You got the message already controlled and edited. All you need to do now is like put it out. We'll all watch it, and together we'll watch it as a community. So whether we're on Facebook, Skype, Twitter, YouTube, wherever we're at to talk about what we just seen and react, that's still out there. The only thing to make this experience a little bit better, if the event portion of E3 is canceled, is it would be cool to get our hands on some of the games. Yes, we can't get our hands on Series X. Completely understand that. But hey, if Halo Infinite is going to be on Xbox One, throw out a first level demo. Whatever they got planned, throw out a demo, or continue to offer Game Pass, continue to offer something on Nintendo Switch Online, continue to offer something on PSN. Have an E3 digital sale that people could come in and buy games that may be resembling to what they show, or give us some demos and stuff. It's not like we're going to be missing too much out. It's just that for 3 days, when after Nintendo shows its direct, those are the only stuff that we're going to miss is the next 3 days. Treehouse Live, and it's not like Nintendo can't announce something or do another funny kind of E3 or a surprise thing. They could do a Treehouse Direct. They could do a Pokemon Direct. Heck, we could get more info for Breath of the Wild. They could control the message if they need to.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, look, they've been kind of not really skipping E3, but doing E3 different for so long that, like, it's still like, yeah, okay, here's another thing. Gamatsu is also reporting that E3 2020 seemingly about to get canceled. Several sources are reporting. So, yeah, I mean, look, I think if they feel like this is the best thing to do, then they should. I'm more concerned for people's safety. It sucks because we definitely look forward to E3 every year, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we do so much for E3 in terms of Pow Block, right? Every year, and it would suck, but at the same time, it's sorry, I'm just reading through some of these quote tweets and stuff, like seeing it really looks like it might get canceled tomorrow. But we do so much for Pow Block that, like, the Treehouse stuff is important, but the conference, when we do the live watch along, we're still going to do the watch along on the direct, because I'm sure they're not going to cancel a Nintendo Direct because of the virus, right? Like, it's
right.
Like it's such a controlled thing, and the Treehouse stuff, doing it at Treehouse, or doing something different than Treehouse this year, right? Maybe this is going to create something new that we can be excited about, And
Treehouse has done where they show off a particular game at their site. Mm-hmm. So it's not like they can't do it again, because everybody they did a direct. They said Treehouse was going live, because I think Treehouse was showing off Xenoblade Chronicles.
Yeah.
X. And it was just like, okay, awesome direct that we've seen. Let's see what happens with Treehouse Live. And they know how to get around some stuff so you won't see what they got up their sleeve or get in trouble. And they're good at that.
Yeah. So, I mean, it would suck because, like, I look forward to E3 every year and, like, watching it. But at the same time, it's the stuff that we like is always the live stream stuff anyway. And I hope, however that the companies handle this, they still give us a good summer to be prepared for. So, yeah, man. Yeah, This is kind of, I mean, it's big news, right? It's big news. So, but we'll keep you guys posted and talking about it next week or later this week, and maybe we've been talking about bringing Expansion Pass back for a while, and maybe this will be a big one. Maybe this will be our first big Expansion Pass coming back. So
and I gotta say, for people who will be happy that E3 is getting canceled, that sounds like a regrettable line to me, because it's going to be like throughout the year, if we don't really get stuff that you wish that had happened, you're going to be like, man, I wish we did get an E3, or I wish we did get this and that. But if you're a person who wants E3 not to happen, just realize that you need E3 to happen, because if you don't have E3 happening, what big event are you really going to talk about? Because I talked to Nintendo Guru about this. I'm just like, everybody wanted PAX to be such a big thing. What happened to all the video game talk that came out of PAX? None.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, look, we'll see. We'll talk about it, and we'll. I mean, we're not going, so I mean, it's not really going to affect us. But like I said, we do a lot, and maybe we'll talk about it for an expansion pass and whatever else is coming. So I mean, I'm sure like the digital stuff won't get canceled, and I'm sure that week's still going to be a big event for people, and yeah, we'll see. So I hope it doesn't affect. There's been 3 cases confirmed in probably like 45 minutes away from where I live. It's kind of I don't know whether or not we should be scared or not, but I mean, always take precautions and everything, but like sometimes I feel like it's a little out of like, I know a lot of people are dying and stuff, but also nobody freaks out when people get the flu, so
right.
I don't know. It's just one of those things. I don't know, because of the overhypeness of it and the the just the way the internet is and the media is and stuff. I just don't know. So, but yeah, we are going to still cover whatever happens for E3, and yeah.
Yes.
All right, moving on, Ed. Moving on. Speaking of Nintendo Directs, UK retailer Game mentions and backtracks information about a Nintendo Direct that hasn't happened yet, involving the Super Mario Lego sets that are coming in particular. So, yeah, Ed, how do you feel about this? I think that means a Nintendo Direct is coming very soon.
I need to be off that day that Direct happens.
Yeah, I know. I won't be off, but I will definitely be watching it that night. So,
yes. If it does get announced, hopefully by the time you guys see this, hopefully we are able to watch it and react to it, because I know people are just like, "Oh, I'm dying for a Nintendo Direct." But I think most of the spring stuff is coming to a close for Nintendo, and so we need to know what's coming in for the summer and hinting at the fall, or hinting at some new IPs.
I mean, even stuff for over like after March. Like, I mean, we know there's some games coming after March, but nothing from Nintendo, right? Like, we don't. I mean, I want a date for Xenoblade Chronicles. I want a date for some of these other games, and I want a date for Bravely Default 2. I want to see what else is coming, because those games are as excited as we are for those games, right? Those are kind of niche games, and I want something that the overall audience is going to be excited for, like a Mario Golf, or maybe news on the Breath of the Wild sequel, or news on Bayonetta 3, since Platinum seems to be wanting a lot of attention these days. And you know what I mean?
And maybe Prime 4, we get something about that. Like, what we have in the future, I think that's what we're all hoping for and waiting. Definitely with indies, because like Disco Elysium and maybe Her Story or Telling Lies, like some of that stuff could actually show up in a Direct, and people will be getting hyped to be playing it. Maybe Limited Run actually shows up, or Nicholas, or someone just show up and say something. If we get that announcement, the first thing you're gonna see on next podcast or a whole bunch of body feeds are the predictions.
Yeah.
Of what they're gonna show.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're gonna do a Nintendo, like if maybe sometime in the next couple days, Ed, if you're off on like Friday or something, or Thursday or whatever, like if whatever you're off next that night, maybe we do a Direct predictions episode, or do some expansion pass type stuff, and really just figure it out, right? Like I've been wanting to do expansion pass for a while, and maybe these are the topics that we jump on to do it. So
yes,
and also expansion pass will show up in your podcast feed. It's just kind of bonus episodes that you'll get throughout the month or whatever. So yeah, I mean, I can't believe we've gone this long without a Nintendo Direct, right? It's mid-March already, and you know, I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, we've gotten what 3 directs in the last month, I guess, technically, but they're all the game specific directs, right? Like those usually don't really quote unquote count in their. No, I mean, I don't know. I just want a direct. I'm just being selfish, man. I just want a Nintendo Direct. And
then we'll get to the next story. Of course, editing is a big part of this. And getting game content and trailers sent to them. But it's also voiceover.
What if they're getting big like third-party games? What if they're getting like big partners to port games over, right? Like what if we get something like I don't know, like Batman or some I don't know what I'm just like what if we get, you know, something big like I don't know, a new Monster Hunter, or you know what I mean? Like what if we just get something that I don't know, man. Like, what if they're just finalizing deals, or what if they're just finalizing some indie games? What if they're just like
getting amiibo ready, getting the next Smash characters ready and stuff like that. And don't forget, everybody, they have to do kind of edit 3 directs for everybody to see. What they show in Japan and Europe is not what we're going to get in America for some of the stuff. What we're getting in America, Japan may never see or get. UK may be something completely different. They may have games and like wording stuff that's very different that we may never get or anything. Nintendo has to handle all of that before they can release it, because they want each country to see their that Nintendo Direct that was designed for them. Now, like I said, I watched the Nintendo Direct from Japan and UK because there are some extra stuff that's in there that we're not getting. Yes, I don't speak Japanese, but to see something like that we're not getting here in America, but might actually show up, or people might be importing on their Switch, it's very cool to see that. You know, so hopefully if it happens next week, I'm good to go. I will talk to you about that later, Corey, after the show.
Okay. You know, I'm ready for a Direct, man. I feel like it's been so long since we had a proper Nintendo Direct that it's just like, it's time, you know, it's time. And the anticipation is like, a lot of people are really expecting it and just not getting it. So, but okay. So we're going to move on. Speaking of, why this Nintendo Direct quote unquote got leaked. It got quote unquote leaked because Nintendo has been teasing, the Lego collaboration with Super Mario. So, you know, earlier today, Nintendo and Lego teased a collaboration for the Super Mario franchise, and while details are extremely thin on the ground at this time of writing, Game, the UK retailer, was one of the first retailers to set up a web page for fans to register for their interest. And then it goes on to talk about the leaked Direct or whatever, but I think this is cool. I'm surprised it really hasn't happened already. You know, there's so many things you could do with Lego and Super Mario, like, you know, Peach's Castle, or, you know, some worlds that you could build, or, it's a no-brainer to me, especially with like Super Mario Maker out there, right? It kind of fits, you know, with it just fits, you know?
Dude, the Super Mario 3D World alone is like Lego blocks.
Yeah, or like Captain Toad, like all those like dioramas you could build, right? Like you could totally do so many things with the Super Mario brand. So
and just think, they could do Sunshine, 64, Galaxy, just some of the 3D games, but they also could do the 2D level games. And even make have a it would be I would love a Lego Mario Maker set.
Mm-hmm.
Like that would be like let's say 400-piece set for about 40 some dollars. I would love to see that yellow and that wording and with the Lego logo on it. Just be like, okay, this is gonna be hard to find because a lot of people are going to buy this, and this is what's cool about this. Also, you got this Lego thing that's happening, and you got the cardboard thing that Nintendo does. So it's going to be a nice mixture when people put those two things together.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised it hasn't happened already, to be honest, and I'm surprised that they haven't done more franchises too. Like Zelda would be a perfect one, I think. Metroid, Star Fox, like building those ships would be a cool. Mario Kart. I mean, I just think there's a lot that Lego and Nintendo could do together. That goes with the quote that was coming out of places saying that, Miyamoto wants to remind people that they want to collaborate with more people and they want their characters to be more than just video games, and we're seeing that with Universal building the theme park and now these Lego sets and the Mario movie coming from Illuminations and it's just there's a lot happening and Lego's just another piece of that pie now, So, I mean, I see like Mario toys and stickers and shirts and stuff all over the place, right? It's just no brainer. Nintendo has the potential to be Japan's Disney, right?
Yes.
I mean, they really do. They have so many classic characters. They have so many things they could do. Like growing up going to Disney World, right, and playing my Game Boy on the way there and stuff, like I always wondered why Nintendo doesn't have theme parks like Disney. I mean, you could do it almost the same way, right? Like you could put a castle in the middle of the park, right? Like it's like Nintendo is built like you could and I know I've got a lot of Disney stuff on the brain right now, but like you could take the way the Magic Kingdom is set up at Disney World and even Disneyland, right? Like you could replace so many assets. Like you take the Disney stuff out or like, the stuff that Disney is known for, you take it out and replace it with Nintendo assets, right? And it would fit, right? Like the castle, the Swiss Family Robinson treehouse in Adventureland, you replace it with a Donkey Kong tree. You could do like, Space Mountain, you could put Star Fox in there, right? Like they used to have this ride called Alien Encounter, and now it's like a Stitch thing, right? But like you could put something Metroid in there with Ridley and you know what I mean? Like there's so many things you could do there.
Yes.
And it's just like I can't believe this doesn't exist already. So
I want a roller coaster Metroid. That's what I want.
I mean, you could do like an F-Zero something like test track over at Epcot.
Oh, like, heck yeah!
Like even like for people who go to Disneyland, like the Cars land over there, right? And that Cars ride where you're racing, like you could do a Mario Kart or an F-Zero. Probably F-Zero would be way cooler, and because it's faster and everything. But like, yeah, man, there's just so many things you could do. And the fact that man, God,
dude, you talking about a boarding pass? Everything would need a boarding pass if that happened.
Yeah. I mean, I think Super Nintendo World's going to be pretty big when it opens down there. So, I mean, you combine that with the Harry Potter thing down there. I think Universal is like, I mean, not that they were like down or anything, but like I always looked at Disney World as the superior theme park down there, right? Like, I mean, just the way it's designed and just what's there, it's just like I always feel, but this is going to put Universal kind of up there too. So, and I know Universal's more for like thrill seekers and stuff like that, but anyways. Lego Super Mario is a great idea, and I can't believe it hasn't happened already. So
Yes, I do. I would literally get tickets like right now if that happened.
yeah. So, all right. The last story we're going to talk about today, Vampire the Masquerade, a single player version of the game is coming to Switch this month. I don't know if this game is out on any other console already, or on PC.
PC it is because 2 got announced
Right.
last year.
Right. Let me see if I can find the article here that I'm trying to do more of just like Jesse and I were talking about this on Arsenal X the other day, and like how instead of just like reading the news, I just want to have a more casual conversation about the news than actually reading it, which is something, we've talked about before. It's just kind of like got away from it. Yeah. I don't know how to say this word. Coteries of New York sinks its teeth into Switch. So, after originally being planned for a 2019 release, Vampire the Masquerade has now received a more solid launch date for Nintendo Switch. You'll be able to get your hands on it on March 24th. This game is a single-player narrative experience set in the universe of the tabletop RPG Vampire the Masquerade's 5th edition, showcasing the struggle of power between 2 vampiric factions, the Camarilla and the Anarchs. So, I know this game is very popular.
Yeah.
I don't really know what it's about, so I guess we'll find out. But it's always been one of those games that I've been interested in seeing, right? It's just like I really don't know what the game is.
This is a mixture of excitement and unexpected. This is like this is a direct announcement in a sense, because people would have been like, "Wait, what?" This got announced in a direct.
This is like to me this announcement is equal to the Deadly Premonition announcements.
Yes.
Like a lot of people won't care about it, but the people who enjoy this style of game will be like through the roof excited.
Yeah, and I think a lot of us who haven't played it on PC or anything, I think we will pick it up, because a lot of people may think that if we do pick this up and it does show a success, we may get 2, because of course 2 didn't get announced, but 2 was only announced I think for PC. So and don't forget we got Vampire on there, or Vampire, or whatever it is. So to have both of these games on this platform, yeah. And hopefully it's reasonable. Hopefully it's like $20.
No, I think it'll be more than that. I think it'll probably be around 30 or 40.
30 or 40. Well, I think because it's an older title, in a sense, I would think $20. But I don't know if they're planning on physical or anything, but if they could get a physical version of this later on down the line,
I'm sure if they don't initially, I'm sure Limited Run will jump all over this. Or super rare, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. We'll see, but yeah, that's all the news we got, Ed. So we're gonna get into question block. Remember, you can email the show at nintendopowblock@gmail.com, just like you can with your giveaway entries. So remember to get those giveaway entries in. I'm expecting a lot of emails, so please give them to us. We only have one question this week, and it's kind of ruined this question, seeing how we had some semi-breaking news on the show when we were recording this. But Deshaun Malone asks, how do you think Nintendo will approach E3 this year? This is actually an interesting, we can actually talk about what's going to happen if E3 gets canceled now, right? I mean, I know we were going to save it for an expansion pass, and maybe we'll dive deeper in there, but we can have a little bit of a discussion here now. If E3 gets canceled, how do you think they handle it?
I think Nintendo will, still have a plan to do their direct. I think they will refocus and be like, okay, like I said earlier, Treehouse Live will be at the headquarters of Nintendo of America. or something, and we just literally be able to see them stream like they normally do uh, at there. Now, the thing about it is, what do we do for a third and indie? In case of something, let's say Ori and the Blind Forest 2 comes, the Will of the Wisp. Like, how do they go and talk about that with some of the creators or with Microsoft or something? Like, do they Skype it or anything? Do they have a Nintendo Power podcast or something? Like, it would be interesting to see how they go about when they're announcing other games. From a money standpoint, it would be crazy to see what they have planned. Like, if they bought room at a certain place in the convention and they're getting, have plans of designing it, people will be like, okay, I want to see what they plan to actually have there. But I think for right now, it's going to be seeing Treehouse Live, some of the first party games that are announced. And maybe, this is going to sound crazy, maybe we don't get a direct in June. We get a direct in July because they wanted to add more games. It'll still be a 45-minute presentation, but I think with that, they'd be like, we were able to get more games. People were able to submit and polish their trailer and get more stuff in or take something out, and bam, we're able to give you guys. Because if Nintendo shows us a Nintendo Direct for E3 and it's in July, we could actually have a summer E3 and not just a small 3-day event.
Yeah. I mean, I think Nintendo will handle indie, like you brought up indies at the beginning, and I think Nintendo always handles indies well. Like, I think, giving them their own showcase sometimes, but like with E3, a lot of the times the bigger ones, especially, like they kind of integrate more into their Nintendo Direct, and they'll have a montage of some indies and stuff. I think if the indies are worth talking about, they'll talk about them, and that's something I think is important. I think Nintendo Switch is kind of, when there's no major first party stuff, the indies are what keeps it going, right? And Yacht Club just had their kind of direct style presentation thing, right? And
yes,
that was really interesting. I'm always interested in more Shovel Knight, but like, Cyber Shadow, the game that they're publishing, is coming soon. Shovel Knight Dig is their kind of spin-off game as well, and Puzzle Dungeon, and it's I'm really interested to see what indies they have to show. I mean, I'm not like a huge indie guy, but when one sticks out, I definitely want to play it. I want to know if Axiom Verge gets a release date. I want to see if something else comes along, like Image and Form always does. Like, that's always interesting to me, even though I'm not a huge fan of those games. I like to see how they do. Other, like, Way Forward, I want to see what they're up to. I'm always looking to see what kind of indies are spotlighted on Switch in particular.
Way Forward Shantae it definitely has to be in the Direct, because that is one of their...
Well, it's coming soon, right? Isn't it? Like, I thought they already announced a release date for that, didn't they, or did they not?
They announced, I think, for PC or something, been talked about in PC, like a demo or something, but they haven't actually given it a full release date for consoles and stuff. Because definitely, I want to play the next Shantae game. I want to play it on Switch, because I beat the last one on Wii U, and I'm like, I love these Shantae games, and I really want to see what they do for this game on Switch.
Yeah. So, but I also want to see, like, I want to see what heavy hitters. I want to see what heavy hitters they have. I mean, we know a lot of their kind of big guns now, but like, those are so far off. Like, are we getting a new Mario game? What Wii U games are they going to port over? Are they going to up-res any GameCube or Wii games? Are they going to finally bring Wind Waker and Twilight Princess over? Like, are they going to have a new Star Fox game? Like, I want to know what their heavy hitters are too. You know, they still have a big 2020 they still have a lot of 2020 to go, and they got to prepare for a big holiday because they're going up against 2 new consoles. And if I'm not saying like Nintendo needs the games that they're getting, but like if they want to stay a part of the conversation, they need a couple heavy hitters to go up against the Xbox One X and the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5. You know, with you know, especially against Halo Infinite, which I'm sure is going to be a huge game for Microsoft. You know, I'm sure Sony has some sort of plan for their launch. You know, I just think Nintendo needs, like, you know, they need something like a Mario Odyssey 2 or a Mario Kart or even Breath of the Wild 2, you know, like that game. It'll be 3.5 years by the time those consoles come out, right? Like,
yes,
I don't see how they, if they're using the same engine, assets, you know, animations. I mean, of course they're going to have new animation, like a few new animations and assets here and there, right? Obviously, but like, I don't see how, you know, I don't think 3.5 years is too short of a time to do that.
Yeah. And we haven't even factored in Nintendo Switch Online, so we may get new features for that. We may actually get some new Super Nintendo
Tetris
and Nintendo games.
$999.
You never know. We may get Nintendo Arcade. We may get. There's just a lot of stuff that Nintendo could do. It's just show off at E3, or their version of E3.
Right.
You know, of course the sales are going to be crazy and everything, but I would love to see. What was it again when you bought like one of their games and you got the second one half off?
Vouchers.
What was it? The voucher thing. I would love for them to bring that back for the summer.
Yeah, I'm surprised they actually took that away, to be honest with you. You know, I think there's a lot of games that they could have. I mean, if you have vouchers, right? Like, it's still you can still use them on Animal Crossing. It's one of the games for the voucher program. I'm so surprised they took that away, because I'm sure, like, especially to get people into their digital ecosystem, that was such a smart way to do it, to give you money off. Because, like, Xbox doesn't do that, PlayStation doesn't do that. You know, I mean, Xbox has Game Pass, but like, that's not the same as actually owning the game digitally, right? So,
dude, the coin system that they got when you're buying their games, double points, double coins if you get first party games,
and it's triple coins if you buy them digitally, right? Like every $60 game you buy, you get 300 coins, which is $3. You know, I mean, it's not a lot, but like if you buy 4 or 5 games, that's what, $15. That's enough for an indie game, like a free indie game, you know. Or if you wait for a sale, like that's big. So
that's buku money for Nintendo.
Or you know, if you buy 4 or 5 games, that can pay for your Nintendo Switch Online. So
you know, maybe they do discount Nintendo Switch Online for, you know, take $5 off. You get it. You get 6 months for $15.
Yeah. So,
or something like that. Like there's a lot that Nintendo can do and announce at E3. How they go about it is what we're all going to wait and see. Because, like I said, for this E3, regardless of Nintendo succeeds or some people feel like they fail or whatever, or they didn't come with it, a lot of focus is going to be on Series X. Because that is the new console, and Microsoft is going to be hyping that system up. So we're all going to be looking at Nintendo, just like we know you guys don't really want to compete with them, and you're not trying to compete. We just want to see what you have to offer for us, whether we get a Series X or not. You know, nobody is really worried about the competition thing. They just want to know what they have to offer.
Yeah. So I think Nintendo's going to come out with some pretty interesting titles this fall. Honestly, like I think they're gonna have something unique. I think they're gonna have one really heavy hitter to center their fall around, and then they're gonna have a lot of nice complementary games. That's how I feel. I don't know what game it's gonna be. I don't know, what their plan is. Plus, Smash DLC is probably going to be centered around the holiday season as well. And I'm sure they're going to line that up with a release of a game. Atlas has been teasing all these Persona, or these announcements of their games. So,
dude, and we haven't even. Oh, I'm sorry. We haven't even factored in sales on Nintendo Switch, sales on Switch Lite, on hardware, Joy-Cons, and like I said earlier, Amiibo. If the Lego stuff happens, what is their cardboard thing? I keep forgetting. Goodness. That thing. Maybe some updates to Ring Fit Adventure. Once again, avenues of stuff that they can present to us.
Yeah.
Like $50 off a Nintendo Switch for E3 or $25? Come on now, for the summer.
Yeah. I think even I wouldn't be surprised if they did a price cut this fall. Right? I mean, just to stay relative.
That's what it is. I'm sorry.
I think, maybe dropping the light down to $179.99 and dropping. I mean, even if it's just a temporary cut when the new consoles launch, like $249 for the base Switch, right? Especially if this rumored Pro model comes out in 2021, just to even get rid of inventory, right? Lowering that price and getting those consoles out there, hitting that 70 million mark would be huge for them. They're at 53 million, I think they said, as of their last financial call. So
yes,
I think they could do something really special this fall going up against the other consoles, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I think Nintendo is a force this fall up again, especially if Xbox will have Halo, but it's going to be available on Xbox One also. So they won't really have any exclusives. Sony, I think there's a rumored Ratchet and Clank in development. I think, that's a decently large game, but nothing that's gonna beat. It's not like they're launching with an Uncharted or God of War or anything. So people will be excited for new hardware because people are always excited for new hardware, right? But I think people will be most excited for the games that Nintendo has. So that's my final thought on that. But anyways, Ed, that's going to be a show.
Yes.
I want to thank everybody so much for watching and or listening. Remember, you can find Nintendo Pow Block every Thursday on your podcast service of choice. Remember, you can email the show at nintendopowblock@gmail.com. And that's also how you enter our giveaway. Remember, episode 190, giving away Animal Crossing for your Nintendo Switch. So remember, get those entries in. It's really simple. Just screenshot the episode you're listening to on the podcast service that you're listening to. And if you listen on Apple Podcasts or Spotify and you rate and review us and send a screenshot of that as well, that grants you a second entry. So get in for that giveaway. It'll be a good time. Let's see what else. You can download our family of podcasts, the Boss Rush podcast and Arsenal X, on your podcast service of choice. You can visit our new home on anchor.fm/Nintendo Pow Block. We'd really appreciate you visiting us there. And you can also check out all of our content on Nintendo or on bossrushgames.com and subscribe at bossrushgames.com/subscribe. Ed, where can we find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter at ThatButcherCode, and you can find my podcast, Optional Opinion, on SoundCloud, Anchor FM, and other podcast apps. So nice. I got to do more uploading and stuff. But yeah. And you can check us out at Pod and Play also.
Yeah.
We did Astro Chain, and we had a really good talk.
That reminds me, I have to edit some of those episodes tonight. I got to edit the Monster Hunter one and the Resident Evil one. So, You can find me at IamCorinHD on Twitter and Instagram, and you can find me at CorinHD on Mixer. You can also find all of us at BossRushGames.com. I want to thank you guys so much for watching and or listening. And until next week, we love you.
Bye, everybody. Woo-hoo!
Happy Mario Day.